Hello and welcome to the third episode of our HTML for Beginners series here on Prime Code Media. My name is Sana Mapena. In this video, I'll be discussing the first thing you need in order to start building a website, and this is an HTML boilerplate. The first thing I would like you to do though is to open your text editor. I'm using Atom. If you haven't installed it, you can do that right away before we go ahead, or you may be using a different one from mine. Maybe it's VS Code, Sublime Text, Vim, TextMate, and so on. Whatever you are comfortable with is fine. So let's create a folder as a start. I've already created my folder. You'll choose where you want to create yours. Mine is on my desktop. What I'm going to do, I'm going to drag and drop this folder into my text editor, like so. It's an empty folder. Here it is right now. It's here, it's empty. And then what I'm going to do right now, I am going to create a file inside this folder. I'm going to do that by right clicking on this folder, click new file. And then by convention, I am going to name this file index.html. You create this by clicking here, new file, and then you name it by convention index.html, and then you click enter, and then you have it right here. Now inside this folder right now we have a file. It's no longer empty as it was when we were dragging it from our desktop. It has a file, and then inside this file we are going to insert a boilerplate, which I said is the first thing that you need in order to create a website. You cannot create a website without first creating a boilerplate or inserting a boilerplate into your text editor. Now we are going to insert this boilerplate by simply typing HTML and clicking enter, like so. Now we have the boilerplate. This is what is called a boilerplate. Now, before we go ahead, we want this blue dot here to go away because it says that we have not saved our work. Should anything go wrong, we won't be able to recover whatever it is that we are working on. So we need to save our work so that this blue dot goes away. We will do that by coming here to File, and then we save, and then it goes away. Then we can go ahead and work. Now, let us discuss what we are looking at. Let us discuss what is in front of us here. Starting at the top here, doc type. What's this? This is the document type. Now, this line here tells the browser which HTML version we are working with. Remember, in our opening episode, I was discussing different versions of this markup language, and I was saying that HTML5 is the latest and most enhanced version of this markup language, HTML. Now, this line here tells the browser to render files as HTML5 documents. Moving along, we have the HTML tag. When you put your mouse pointer here, your cursor right here, you'll see that there is a blue line here indicating that this is the opening tag, and it corresponds to this line here, which indicates that this is the closing tag. So this is the HTML tag. Inside this HTML tag, you find the head. This is the head section. When you put your cursor right here, you see that blue line again, it comes here and it's here. It indicates that this is the opening tag of the head section, and this is the closing tag. Another section that you find is the body. The body, you can see this is the opening tag, and then this is the closing tag. So right now it's empty, but we are going to try to open this inside our browser. Actually, we're not going to try, we are going to do that. We are going to open this file in our browser. We are going to do that by right clicking on index.html and going to copy full path, and then we go to our browser and we paste everything, and then we click enter. Right now it's still blank. As I was saying, there's nothing, we've written absolutely nothing. But to show you that this actually works, let me just write something inside the body section. Let's just put in an H1. Let's write hello world. Again, it says we need to save the changes that we've made to this document, because remember, we did not have an H1. Right now we have an H1. Now we have to save it so that when we refresh our browser, this will be rendered. Let's save. We've saved our work. Let's go to our browser. You'll see when we click refresh, there we go. It's inside our browser. This is how the H1 is rendered. So it's working. It's working. Everything is working. Now let's go ahead in terms of explaining the elements of this HTML boilerplate. We were discussing the HTML, and I was saying that inside the HTML tag there is the body section, the head section, and the body section. But it's also important that we also discuss what is inside the opening tag of this HTML element. Inside here you see two attributes, lang equals en. What's this? This attribute specifies the language that our document is written in. Language is in English, en for English. Now the second attribute specifies the direction of our text. It specifies that the direction of our text is from left to right. That's what LTR stands for. So this attribute is used for languages that are written from left to right, like English. Okay, so for languages that are written, for example, from right to left, RTL will be used. For example, languages like Arabic. Okay, so for languages like Arabic, which are written from right to left, RTL instead of LTR will be used. Next, the meta element. Inside the meta element, there's also an attribute, and the attribute here is character set, and the character set is set to UTF-8. And then what does it all mean? What does this all mean that we are looking at here? So this line of code tells the browser that this HTML document is encoded using the UTF-8. It is encoded using the UTF-8 encoding system. The UTF-8 encoding system covers almost all symbols in the world and supports all major web browsers, whether it's Chrome, Edge, Firefox, Opera, Safari. Now, but please note that the character set is just one among many attributes of the meta tag. All right. For example, if you look at the w3schools.com here, you'll see that here is that meta tag character set UTF-8 that we've just been discussing, but there are also other attributes in here. You have your description, you have your keywords, you have your author. Here you have your viewport. So as I was saying, that this is just one of those attributes. It's not the only attribute. Let's go back again to our text editor. We have just been discussing the meta tag right now here. That brings us to the end of our discussion about the boilerplate. For more reading on this topic, you can check sites like MDN Web Docs, w3schools.com, and devdocs.io. In our next episode, I'll be showing you how to create the text structure of an HTML document. Make sure you don't miss out on this one. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and to click that bell icon to get notifications when new episodes come out. Let's go again next time. Goodbye.